Hello, everybody. It has been a long and arduous week in the shitposting world. I am going to share this really quickly with a group, and then I'll get into it. Hello, Naomi. So, I'm doing this a little bit earlier than I said I was going to. And this is going to be pretty much as real as I can get about all the stuff that has happened recently. A little bit about what's happened over the course of time with the shitposting groups. And I'm definitely going to draw some cards and drink some beer. I'm going to draw cards to kind of keep the story going as it goes. I decided to have a filter on because it's kind of fun to watch filter just kind of blobbing in the background. That is what she said. So, I don't even know what to call the latest chapter, so I just said endings and beginnings. I guess we'll talk about the endings first. So, almost 2 years ago, come May 25th, I started a group called Astrology Shitposting Incorporated. I started this group after I'd moved to a new town. I hadn't met a lot of people in that town yet. Didn't really have a busy social life. Was watching my kids, using the internet like in a lot of ways as an outlet, as a creative outlet. So that I could, talk to people and have like a social life. And a year before that, I had started a page called Mutual Reception Astrology, and I'd gotten into doing astrology memes. And I'd spent some time like trying to share astrology memes across groups. And some of them, some of the groups were like, don't share these memes, astrology is way too serious. You shouldn't make fun of it or make, these generalizations about the signs, and we don't want you promoting your page here by sharing these memes. There were a lot of groups like that, a lot of groups that took astrology really seriously. And then conversely, there was a lot of groups that were just like selfie groups for the different sun signs, right? So it was like, Leo forever, Leo sun sign astrology forever, right? So there was all that kind of stuff. And I could share it on that, but it wasn't really that quality, I want to say hi to everybody that's here. I'm not going to necessarily be paying a bunch of attention to things as they come up on the side, because I really kind of want to do a little bit of a monologue and kind of get into this story as much as possible. So anyway, I was doing a bunch of work from home, and then later, after about 6 months, I got a job that was like a 60-hour week, pretty intense manual labor job. And all this time, I was building up Astrology Shitposting Incorporated, which I started about 2 years ago. And it was really an outlet. It was kind of a political, social, cultural outlet, where I was trying to figure out a way that I could share memes for sure and create like basically a base for other people to share memes, and also to really kind of get into the surface level, but also be able to get kind of deeper into it. And it was pretty popular right from the beginning. It grew pretty quick. And I at first just invited, some of my friends. So it like moved from 100 to 1,000 members pretty quickly, from 1,000 to 2,000 members pretty quickly, from 2,000 to 4,000 members really quickly. And all along the way, there were moments of major trash fire. And all along the way, I would bring in admins, bring in people that I saw really participating in the group to kind of help, create the culture of it. One of the earliest admins that really helped out a lot was a person named Alex Richardson. Me and Alex Richardson are co-admins at Astrology Memes Only. Alex Richardson created Astrology Memes Only. Super cool Aquarius. We brought in Jennifer. We brought in some people, Kendra. Just quite a few people, Obviously, I'm not forgetting people. I'm just not going to get into every single person that we brought in at that point. And over the course of time, there were lots of times where the culture of Astrology Shitposting Incorporated would be challenged. And there was also times where we created major drama for the group, kind of as grist for the group to kind of explode and have a lot of fun. There was always this aspect of, and not all of the admins were able to get into it, but a lot of the admins were, and it was create a bunch of drama, rile up the group, and it would just drive engagement. And it was usually during, there's specific times where real engagement driving happened. And I'm going to talk about a couple of those times and then kind of bring us up to the present. I want this to be as exhaustive of a history of shitposting incorporated as possible, because this really ties into the endings. One of the biggest trash fires that was ever started in Astrology Shitposting Incorporated was the April Fool's trash fire. In the April Fool's trash fire, and I believe this was Heather, I pretended to have had a giant argument with Heather, and because of this argument, I sent her nudes to her dad. And this all played out like, we made a back and forth messenger thing, and it got posted in the group, and everybody kicked me out of the group. All the admins were going to bond together and kick me out of the group. So I got kicked out of the group, and I was Godman at the time, so I had to kind of kick myself out of the group, and some people were like, "You're Godman, how did this even happen?" And I didn't know about Godman at the time, which also plays into the story a little bit later. So, we eventually got caught on it, and people were like, "I can't believe you took it that way," and I got to see all the people like that just hated, me coming out of the woodwork and being like, "Yes, the tyrant of shitposting is finally dead." But I was not dead. Or at least rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated. I think that's maybe the way to talk about it. So that was April. We roll into May and June. During this time, a member of Astrology Shitposting, we had a member of Astrology Shitposting named Penny. And Penny, I just want to say that everybody that I've interacted with on the page, I don't have malice for anybody that I interacted with on the page, except for a few people that did, really nasty things to me individually, personally. Because some shit fucking hurts, But Penny was probably the most divisive person in the history. Well, there was a beginning person, and I forget their name, but they were, pretty divisive, too. They finally created enough, May and June. They created enough, They created enough drama, that it just created trash fire after trash fire after trash fire. But Penny was also really good at creating drama. So Penny would would post this huge, like, kind of pretentious, egocentric Leo post, and she'd put a picture of herself up that was, like, not usually very flattering, and then it would fucking blow up the entire group. And it was during this time that there was a big split off, because admin power was given to Penny. And there was this big contingent of astrology shitposting, which I always called the Astro Thoughts, and I called them the Astro Thoughts before they branded themselves as the Astro Thoughts. And there's nothing wrong with the Astro Thoughts, but, like, it was, they just couldn't fucking handle Penny. And there was, like, the war over Penny, and then when Penny rose to admin during her season and Leo season, the Astro Thoughts pretty much completely split off. And that was the end of that chapter. And then we kind of go through, September through Virgo season, and we start plotting. Penny's still very much alive. And Heather, I see you there. I can forgive pretty much anybody. But I wish you hadn't sent that message to everybody. Man, that really fucking sucked. So we'll get into that in a little bit. And we'll also talk a little bit. Okay, so let's get into the Great Tarot Massacre. So we get through August, September, through Penny season. We get into prepping for Scorpio season. And during that time, we had the crazy idea in our admin chat that we were going to pull cards. We're going to pull cards, all from the major arcana. Each admin that wants to participate, or even if they didn't want to participate necessarily, gets a card pulled for them, and they just act out the archetype during Scorpio season, which sounds really pretty fun, right? Like, could have gone really good. I'm going to be honest, a lot of people didn't want to do it. A lot of people did not want to do it, but we did it. Joali pulled the cards. So Joali did a live where she pulled cards for each of us from the major arcana. There's a lot of players in this, but I'm going to kind of talk about the key players, the ones that I thought were really important in this particular drama. Told everybody that they didn't want the drama. So this was, we were all planning out, in Astrology Shitposting Incorporated, we're going to plan out and do the game where we manufactured drama. Little did we know that plenty of organic drama is possible. So Joali pulls the cards. I think that the key cards in this process were Brooke as the devil, Heather as death, and actually this is the second time Heather was death, if I remember right. I think we did this a long time before, maybe in the April series. Maybe. Heather was death, and Quincy was the tower. Jennifer was strength. I was the hermit. I felt like it was a really good role to play. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Yes, it did. I thought it was going to be fun. Joali was the star. From the very beginning, of that period, don't you hate it? Kirsten is just, a lot of people got cards that they didn't honor. I didn't honor the Virgo card very much, largely because of what happened later. So there was a lot of distrust. Kirsty was the fool. There was a lot of distrust at this time between Joali and the devil, because the plan that was hatched was that Brooke, the devil, would take over the group and run it as sole admin. For all of Scorpio season, she had it all plotted and planned out. And that would be the main storyline. Take over the group, the devil, take over the group, main storyline. So, this didn't work out very well. I know that, and I don't know all the DMs and the side conversations that went on. I tried to prep as much for it, and I tried to get buy-in, but I don't think I did a very good job. In fact, I'm pretty certain that I didn't because of the way that things turned out. So, first part goes pretty good. First part goes pretty good. You know, we have the overthrow of me, which was always the goal. I had already deadmaned myself once, so I was expendable by other admins. Other admins could get me. So, fucking Brooke murders me, you know, kicks me out of admin, kicks everybody else out of admin, besides a few people. She has a couple deputies that she trusts to be with her. Those deputies are Heather and Quincy. So, I am in DMs and I'm hearing like this stuff back and forth between people. So, Brooke gets the devil card, gets double crossed by Death in the Tower. So, Brooke is pissed. She basically was promised this group, had this big plan for it, put a lot of energy into it, and then just fucking right in that moment of power, fucking all collapsed. Not very exciting for her. There was a lot of things said in the chat about the devil will always get double crossed. You know, I mean, I can't really do much about it. I'm gonna leave it a little bit. I'm really just trying to say, besides a couple things that have happened between us, I've always really liked Heather. Besides a couple things that have happened between us, I've always really liked Brooke. Besides a couple things that have happened between us, I've always really liked Joali. I don't have like a lot of malice towards anybody, especially don't usually have malice towards people that I bring on as admins. I bring them on as admins because I see something cool that they're doing or some way that they're contributing. So, anyhow, Scorpio season, total fucking crazy shit show. After it's over, I don't even know how it ended, but it ends up that, well, I mean, you can trust me or not. It ends up that it's in three persons' hands. It's the three Taurus admins, and it's Brooke, it's Charlie Day, and it's Jem. Going on by Tower and the Death. By the way, I called Joel. So, yeah, I mean, there might have been a deeper double cross that was going on, and this might be part of the reason that there's the whole bad blood today. Heather, I don't know any of that, because it's all in DMs, and everybody's super fucking secret about everything. And, you know, I don't really help, because I do a lot of side conversations and create things, and, like, I mean, it's just part of my nature to stir the pot in general. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, okay. Not before. So, anyhow, we get through that. So Scorpio season's over. Do you all ask for this? Scorpio season's over. And the three Tauruses are running the show. God, God damn. I mean, I hear what you guys are saying. I'm just going to tell the story as I see it. 3 Tauruses are running the show into Sag season, so it's like November into December. And they get the group zucked a couple times because they're not very good at making sure that they're deleting the things that will get them zucked. Although, to be honest, the 2 Aries running it right before, I think, got it zucked at least once. So we get through it. We start having the plan, I think, around then, like December. Why don't we spread out power over the incorporated universe? So admins that want to kind of create their own groups around different things can create their own groups. I don't know exactly when it was, but I think it's somewhere around that time that, the association is definitely built during Scorpio season. The Astrology Shitposting Association is definitely created during this time. It's like the place to regroup, and it's also like long term the plan was to use the association as a place where people could actually talk about deeper astrology. It's not always used very well because the flash fire of Shitposting Inc. is a little bit more fun sometimes. But all these things were created from the runes of Scorpio season. Which is kind of cool, you know. There's a lot of good things that came out of it. Metaphysics shitposting has had like quite some good moments. They haven't been built so much. Love and Light shitposting has had some fucking good moments, and there's good community that's coming out of it. Tarot shitposting though is definitely the one that takes off. Did Metaphysics, Love and Light, all those things came in? Cool. So all these things are starting up, and each person, you know, each one of them has a different admin. It's like I'm the admin of Astrology Shitposting Association because I want to be godman on at least one, but everybody else is kind of taking their little piece of the empire, which is cool, you know. And there's a big build of tarot shitposting. It really takes off, and what was really cool, you know, Kirsten, I hear you. Everybody's got their own opinion, and that's one of the big problems, is like, there is no peace in the empire. The empire is breaking up. It's over for Rome. You know? The barbarians are at the gates. The barbarians are ourselves. So, where are we at? Oh, okay, all the different groups. Tarot Shitposting Incorporated is one of the most popular groups. Tarot Shitposting Incorporated is definitely one of the most popular groups. Not only is it popular, the content is pretty good, you know? It's bringing in a lot of people. It actually kind of rekindled my desire to do a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things that came, but so a lot, the heart of a lot of the things that happen in Taurus season are from Scorpio season, from what I can tell. I mean, I don't know all the things because I don't ask people to betray anybody's trust by telling me what's actually going on in DM. So I've got to depend on what they tell me. And what they tell me is not always true. You know? So you got to go with the information you can, and sometimes you can catch, like, when you're getting misled. You know, sometimes you can, but you can't always. I mean, you just can't. And when trust breaks down, it's really hard to keep things together. Like, this is obviously true. Obviously true. So, anyhow, I wanted to get into tarot shitposting because during this time also, the whole point, one of the big points of Scorpio season was I wanted to spend a little bit of time I wanted to spend a little bit of time going into the history. I'm trying to remember where I was right there. See, that's why I can't watch the things as they're going up. Where am I? Oh yeah, Tarot Shitposting Incorporated. So, group's growing. It kind of rekindled my love of tarot, so much so that I actually got my old deck back. It's pretty cool. I'm reading from the Toth deck again. I'm doing live readings. I'm starting to do live readings with other people. Super fun. Great freaking platform for tarot. Oh, this is how it connected. So during Scorpio season, the whole point of me being that Virgo, the hermit, was to go and like try to figure out how to kind of monetize the network. Yes, scary. Brooke was pretty behind this. Some people were pretty behind this. Some people were, they don't want to mix money and spirit. I get it. But I never had time to do any of that because I was working a bunch and people were constantly at each other's throats. So there was no way to actually move forward on anything, just putting out small fires all the time as much as I could. And when I run out of energy to put out small fires, I just fucking flip sometimes. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a perfect person. I'll flip and like cut shit off, because I can't fucking deal with it anymore. Like if it's constant drain of energy, I can't fucking take it. I just don't always have the bandwidth. I usually do, but not all the time. So that was the plan. There was always a plan to monetize. But as tarot was growing, there was much more pressure from the grassroots on Joali to, move forward with that. So more people could read. There was always like, oh, who's going to be good enough to actually do this so that, we can maintain good reputation. So there was always that kind of energy. It ended up that me and Joali and Jennifer and Naomi decided to come together and create kind of we were going to move forward by just having a couple meetings. So Brooke was involved in this too at the very beginning. So the first meeting we only had 2 meetings, and there will be no more fucking meetings because I've really changed I feel like sometimes circumstances in life teach you that you should not continue to follow certain paths, right? Sometimes it's the world that like makes it very clear that some paths you're not supposed to go down, and this is one of those moments. But oh, okay. So we invited Brooke to the first meeting, but it was late for her, and she had to get up early the next morning, and she was not able to come to the next meeting. But the problem was we did not invite her to the next meeting, right? Which is a couple weeks later. And this is right before Taurus New Moon. During this time, like pretty much right after that, something happened in DMs between Joali and Brooke. And I don't know what it is, but I know that after that, there was a lot of, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that after that, there was a lot of shit that was being talked about Joali in the ASI main chat. And there's obviously people in the ASI main chat that were telling what was being talked about to Joali. During this time, it's important to step back a little bit. Brooke was renting Astrology Shitposting Incorporated for the month of May. Basically, I didn't really have control over it anyway, and we thought it would be funny if she rented the group and got to be sole admin and run it for the month of May, and I got money for it, so it was pretty cool, So again, I don't know the exact thing that went between her and Joali, but I know that Jem and Brooke really were not feeling Joali and pretty constantly negative. Well, not constantly negative, but would come up negative about her quite a few times in the chat. And Jennifer was still in the chat at the time, and Jennifer couldn't hang with that and left. And I was still in the chat, partially because, it's the group that I started, and it shouldn't be ran out of a chat. But also, I'm not in a very good position because the group's not under me at all. So I did say quite a few things, but I didn't say enough. I didn't say enough. And Joali did not feel protected. And Brooke did not feel respected. Because Brooke was basically told that there's a hierarchy and you're below me from what was said. So each of them had points, right? And I didn't know what was actually going on in their DMs. I was trying to figure out who's telling the truth. How much misleading is happening? Difficult to know. Anyway, a couple days ago, maybe 4 days ago, 5 days ago, Kirsten, it's not like there's no part of the thing that Jolie is definitely going to have to realize as like the head of any kind of group is that there's going to be people talking about her negatively in side chats. It's just going to happen. Like, it's happened to me plenty. It happens to fucking everybody. You get shit talked anytime you poke your head up and you try to come up in the world. That's part of life. You don't have to like it, but it's true. So, Brooke and Jolie are having a battle. And it's, I mean, fuck. And when your love of drama backfires, Brooke and Jolie are having a pretty big battle. And Jolie's in my messages being like, hey, you need to leave this group. You need to leave all your friends that are in this group because it's not just Brooke and Jem that live in that group. There are plenty of good people in Astrology Shitposting Incorporated. There's plenty of good admins. And there's good things about even the ones that we want to scapegoat. You know? Even the ones that might be the devil. Still good things. So anyway, during this time, Jolie is like, you've got to leave behind that group. I need more from you. At the same time, every time that I say anything to defend anybody, I'm getting just shit on in that other chat. And not only am I getting shit on, but like Jennifer's getting shit on. Fucking Naomi's getting shit on. And the only time that I'm able to deal with this during this whole week has been in the midst of 12-hour fucking days at work, you know? 12-hour days, I get a break. My inbox, blah, 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 blah. I can't believe she said this. I can't believe she said this. I can't believe this is happening. And in the meantime, people are taking it out to the main groups. People are adding people to chats just to berate them. I mean, fuck. The fucking shit show. So, Jolie and Brooke both did things. I'm going to tell you what they did and why I was mad. Jolie bumped everybody down from admin to moderator. She made the same mistake that I did, which is not realizing she's a godman and she didn't have to do that. She always had the power there. She bumps not just me, but Naomi and Jennifer, who had always been loyal to her. I can understand bumping me personally, but to bump them, not so fucking cool. And I understand why it happened, but I also didn't slander her. So, you know, I spend a day, I'm like, I talk with Jolie, I'm like, I just want to be done with this, good luck in your life, blah, 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 I just need to get away from it. And then after a day, I'm like, what the fuck? You can't use somebody else's platform to bring yourself up and then like just shit on them. And I felt bad. And I blocked her, and I kind of took her out of the groups that I run as a power. And that's what I did at that point. And I'm not proud of that. I've since stopped the block and reached out to Joelle and just set the record straight as much as I can. I'm still mad. And she's still mad at me. And that might just be the future of it, She gets to take Star, which I named. I came up with that name. So if you hate the name, talk to me. I did get tarot shitposting from Brooke and Jem before I left, though. I talked Brooke into giving me tarot shitposting as main admin so nobody could take it away. And I wanted to keep kind of the spirit of tarot shitposting alive. And Star is going in a different direction. So I feel like, honestly, having two separate groups that are kind of different sides of the same coin can definitely work. And there's possibility that maybe these bridges, maybe the earth isn't completely salted. Yeah, but Jo Marie, we were working all together for something in common. And it was hers, but the group together was, the thing that we were working on together was definitely ours. It was ours, with her as the leader of it. So, that's the way it is. So anyway, got Tarot Shitposting Incorporated. Every time that I get off of a break, I'm getting yelled at on text by somebody, but mostly Brooke. And every time I go into Astrology Shitposting Incorporated, I'm being called ill-bred, fucker. She's coming after Jennifer and Naomi. And it's gross. And at that point, when every time that I came online and was talking, when every time that I talked to Brooke, it was like a huge sap of energy, and I was being called a vampire for this huge sap of energy that I was getting every time that I talked to her, I was like, I can't do it. And I blocked Brooke. And I left Astrology Shitposting Incorporated, and I left that chat. And that's it. And the part is, I love these people, I don't hate any of these people. Fuck. I can't make people get along, I can't see inside everybody's DMs and see how people are being to each other. I can take responsibility for my own actions. Sometimes I do some manipulative shit. I get it. But honestly, I don't try to trick people. I'll try to move people towards my position, but I do it through persuasion, not through manipulation. So my plan right now is to kind of just stick with Astrology Shitposting Association, stick with Tarot Shitposting, build it up, and, have fun again. Try to find something that actually fills me with happiness, And I just want to be, really fucking clear. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. But I can't fucking have people... I'm not the instrument of another person's fucking will. I'm not the arbiter of another person's fucking feelings. I'll take responsibility for the times that I hurt feelings, and I did. For both. I understand why Brooke was mad at me. I understand why she felt betrayed. I get it. I understand why Joelle was mad at me. And I understand why she felt betrayed too. So, that's the game as it stands. And I guess the next step is to just try to move forward and try to leave behind that which no longer serves me and kind of follow my own star rather than kind of hitching my wagon to another. So what I'll be doing in the future is just working with people that want to work with me, creating things, because I like to create things. I like to move things forward. I like to move energy. And that's the next phase. So that's all I got for this drama. I don't really need a big ego boost from it, but I will just let people know about it. If you want to share this with anybody, you can share it. Hopefully we move forward and we're something stronger, And if things don't work out, they don't work out, but at least we tried. Good night, everybody.